12. Le Fleur du Mal was the last lyric work that had a broad European reception. No later writings penetrated beyond a more or less limited linguistic area. Added to this is the fact that Baudelaire expended his productive capacity almost entirely on this one volume. And finally, it cannot be denied that some of his motifs, those which the present study has discussed, render the possibility of lyric poetry problematic. These three facts define Baudelaire historically. They show that he held steadfastly to his cause and focused single-mindedly on his mission. He went so far as to proclaim as his goal the creation of a cliché, Motifs. He saw in this the condition for any future lyric poetry, and had a low opinion of those poets who were not equal to the task. Do you drink beef tea made of ambrosia? Do you eat cutlets from paros? How much can you get for a lyre at a pawnshop? To Baudelaire, the lyric poet with this halo is antiquated, in a prose piece entitled Perte d'auréole, Loss of a Halo, which came to light at a late date. Baudelaire presents such a poet as a supernumerary. When Baudelaire's literary remains were first examined, this piece was rejected as unsuitable for publication. To this day, it has been neglected by Baudelaire scholars. Quote, "What do I see, my dear fellow? You, here? I find you in a place of ill repute, a man who sips quintessences, who consumes ambrosia. Really, I couldn't be more surprised. You know, my dear fellow, how afraid I am of horses and carriages. A short while ago I was hurrying across the boulevard, and amid that churning chaos in which death comes galloping at you from all sides at once, I must have made an awkward movement, for the halo slipped off my head and fell into the mire of the macadam. I didn't have the courage to pick it up, and decided that it hurts less to lose one's insignia than to have one's bones broken. Furthermore, I said to myself, every cloud has a silver lining. Now I can go about incognito, do bad things, and indulge in vulgar behavior like ordinary mortals, so here I am, just like you. But you ought to report the loss of your halo or inquire at the Lost and Found office. I wouldn't dream of it. I like it here. You're the only person who has recognized me. Besides, dignity bores me. And it amuses me to think that some bad poet will pick the halo and straightway adorn himself with it. There's nothing I like better than to make someone happy, especially if the happy fellow is someone I can laugh at. Just picture X wearing it, or Y. Wouldn't that be funny?" End quote. The same scene is found in Baudelaire's diaries, except that the ending is different. The poet quickly picks up his halo, but now he is troubled by the feeling that the incident may be a bad omen. The man who wrote these pieces was no flaneur. They embody in ironic form the same experience that Baudelaire put into the following sentence, without any embellishment. Perdu dans ce vilain monde, coudouillé par les foules. Je suis comme l'homme lassé, dont l'œil ne voit en arrière, dans les années profondes, et d'abusement et amertume, et devant lui, qu'un orage rien de neuf n'y contenu, ni enseignement ni douleur. Lost in this base world, jilted by the crowd, I am like a weary man whose eye, looking backward into the depths of the years, sees only disillusion and bitterness. Looking ahead, sees only a tempest which contains nothing new, neither instruction nor pain." End quote. Of all the experiences which made his life what it was, Baudelaire singled out being jostled by the crowd as a decisive, unmistakable experience. The semblance, shine, of a crowd with a soul and a movement all its own, the luster that had dazzled the flaneur, had faded for him. To heighten the impression of the crowd's baseness, he envisioned the day on which even the fallen woman, the outcast, would readily espouse a well-ordered life, condemn libertinism, and reject everything except money. Betrayed by these last allies of his, Baudelaire battled the crowd, with the impotent rage of someone fighting the rain or the wind. This is the nature of the immediate experience, Erlebnis, to which Baudelaire has given the weight of long experience, Erfahrung. He named the price for which the sensation of modernity could be had, the disintegration of the aura in immediate shock experience, Schockerlebnis. He paid dearly for consenting to this disintegration, but it is the law of his poetry. This poetry appears in the sky of the Second Empire as a star without atmosphere. End quote.